On the Spitfire charging system, I went from the all focus. There you go. My fault. From there, there's a fuse right there, and it comes up and it comes out over here into another fuse. So I checked all the fuses. My guess is I might just need to run this directly to the battery. Maybe going through so many fuses is confusing it. Get it? See what I did with that? Okay, I traced that wire. I guess Be My Baby's just a little too loud. I don't want to. Let's make that stop. The things we do for love. Okay, we'll stop the music. Okay, don't give me a strike or copyright me or anything like that because I turned it off. Okay, so I took the blue wire that goes to the alternator, easy to figure out, and I put it directly to the battery. And I got everything else on fuses. So since that has its own independent fuse, I don't see any harm in that. So let's see. Let's turn this on here. I guess I'm not worried about checking the oil because I'll check it anyway. Now this is difficult to check the oil in because it's going to run a little high because I have this auxiliary oil filter system. It's sort of guesswork actually. So if you put the amount of oil in it that it calls for, it shows up low on the stick. So I don't know. Just one of the things you end up with. So like I said from yesterday, I'm just going to leave that on from now. I might take that switch out because that's a real good switch. And just hot wire that thing because it doesn't work, or just diswired or unwired or disconnected or whatever. So let's I got Fluke here, and we're going to see if the light goes out that's under the dash, and we're going to see if this thing is charging. I don't know, there's no real stress on this thing because I'm not running all kinds of equipment or anything. So let's go in here and see if the light goes out. Let me see if I got that key on me. Okay. Lost a Yeti sticker yesterday. I had too many anyway. But anyway, that's the way it goes. So this is the light right here that should come on when I turn the key on. Okay. Let's let it march along there, the fuel pump. Okay. Make sure that's good. Okay, here we go. So that light going out. Now let's do that again. Let's pretend it stalled. That could be the oil light. You know, I didn't think that. So if it comes, now the key switch is on. So if that light comes back on here, see the oil pressure in this thing's fabulous. So if that light comes back on here, that's the oil light. Come on, baby. Still holding pressure. Well, I'm not going to complain about that. Dang, it's still holding oil pressure after all this time. So that must be, let me just reach up on it. Yeah, I think that's the oil light. So, yeah, there you go. So that's the oil pressure lamp. That's not the, there's a red lamp right here. And, okay. Well, I'll get some glue and glue that in there. What difference does it make? I got that insulated with hot glue. I do that sometimes. Don't recommend that. Okay, so let's go check the alternator for output. All right. So that should, it makes you sad, you know? Autometer's pretty good stuff, too. But, like I say, I've already done what I needed to do there. So that should have excited the alternator enough for it to, come on, baby. See if the clock is still running here. So I can throttle it up out there. So let's see if we're gonna get do this to me. Stop it. So put it on your 12 volts. Put it right here. Let's put it right directly to the alternator. And some good earth. We're only getting 11 volts. I need both hands. So I can hold this to there and do that to there. Yeah, I got nothing off this alternator. So what did I do? What have I done here? Let's that's the exciter wire. So this is the wire that goes up to the voltmeter. The little bastard. Well, what am I gonna do? Well, she really idles good. I worked so hard on this engine getting the compression up in it. Okay, so, all right, well, let's turn it off and take the alternator off. It's a real challenge on this car. Well, not really. It's just right there. It's not like you got to take the air box off and the K&N filters and the NOx sensors and the air plenums or anything else. Have this off in a matter of minutes. Okay, so the exciter wire will just tell me what it is because it's so short. That's easy. Have its own individual earth, which I recommend you do. Let's see what I got. I have to look up on how to check an alternator with I think I'll just take it up to the house with my fluke meter and go on yaw tube. That's the southern version, yaw tube, and see how to check this thing with the meter just sitting in your lap. Interesting. Let's go check on that fire. Just a little bit of hardware going on here. Something hit the floor, so you know that's good. Okay, so let's get this out of here. That's all there is to it. So just keep your number 2 exciter wire in the right place. That's your battery. Your number 1 goes out to your light. Okay, well, let's take her up. Well, there you go. I went through a period where I changed a bunch of stuff in these to get the lights to work in the dash instead of the one wire thing, which I kind of became not a fan of pretty quickly because you don't know if they're working or not. So we'll just leave the belt there, all the other hardware there. Let's go up and see what we got here. The one thing you always need to do is spin her around, make sure she's not making any noise or anything. Oh, the wreck of the old 97. Makes me think of the Lexus every time. Feels great. Just don't work. Okay, back up here at the hot house. And you know you're in the right place when you got flying saucers and nut drivers and fluke meters. Alright, let's get these socks off. Boy, it's hot in here. Alright, so I've marked my number 2 will be the exciter wire. Number 1 will be the lamp. And there's your battery. And there's your earth. And I've got the screws out. The other thing you got to do, or should do, is put a mark right here or somewhere where you know to clock it back in the right place. Okay, so you're gonna pull out your brushes. Hear them? There they are. They just fell out. That's okay. You can put them right back in with a pin. I'll show you that later. So there's your rectifier and all that stuff. So doesn't look like anything's wrong. There's no pieces flying around in there or anything. So I'm going to take, I don't know, let's get that condenser out of there and that other thing. I'm just going to replace that thing. That's all I can think to do. It doesn't look burned. anything like that. And I know it worked before. Okay, so there you go. I'm not going to even bother taking it to anywhere and getting it checked. It's just obviously not charging, so I think I already know that. I checked it on the car. I have enough wisdom with multimeters to understand that. So I've been looking on here, but I just don't care anymore. I'm just going to get one. So I'm going to get it out and get the part number. Oh, you stay there. Well, I had to take this out. I think they call that a stator. And that just makes all this easier to get to. And there's every size in the world. What have we got here? We got quarter, 7/16, 5/16, 11/32. So, what a pain. So that's okay. I don't mind. This is one of the reasons I'm here. Let's see if I can get part numbers off this thing now. What did I say this thing was? What part number is this thing? Oh, I need to put it on the... there, it's whatever that is. I already showed that, but there's some other number. It don't matter. I'll figure it out. Okay, we're ready for disassembly here. So you take this out. With that right there. And that pretty much stays the same. Alright, let's put that up there. And then you get this out, which I think is our fail point. But I don't know. I wonder how you test such a thing. So I guess you can just test for resistance. I don't know. And then I took out this for this little condenser. And then this rectifier, which I took out for no good reason because there's no part number on it. I have never seen one of these go bad. I'm sure they do. But we'll see. Okay. So, you know things are looking good when your desk is covered with stuff like this. It makes me feel good. Alright, let's put some hardware back together and see how it goes. Alright, I think I learned something. I'm not really sure. I've got this just set on continuity. And I've got this in hand. So what we're going to do is just make sure our tester works. First thing you always do. So nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Contact there. Now, I think this is the exciter. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. So, I don't know how to test these really, but I'm still thinking this is our culprit. Still believe it. So this pin seems to be dead. Let's try her one more time. Okay. Oop, don't want any contact with that one. Nothing there, nothing there, there, or there. So that just seems there's no evidence of anything wrong, but I did see a problem. I did see another problem. And so see if I can find one of those. Can you see it? Okay, I'm not going to say it, but I think see that part number. That's what I'm going to say. Part number. That could be your problem. So let's spin this rotor one more time. Well, at least the bearing's good in this anyway. So I'll see what I can find on that thing there. Good golly. Alright, so this regulator looks like I purchased one of these August 2021. D680, it rings a bell. Well, I guess I'll try that. Now you can get them for $12 or whatever you want to do. But I think I'm going to try that one. So, hope that's it. What could have burned this up? It can't have more than 200 miles on it. I'm just not running anything heavy. So, all right, well, let's just get that thing on order. So I guess diode trio. I got a diode checker somewhere around here. Oh, it's down. It's that green whatever it is thing down there. I don't know how to check a diode. How do you check a diode trio on an alternator? Okay, let's see if we can figure that out. I was getting ready to close it out. Let's see if we can figure out how to check a diode trio on an alternator. I've replaced them. Generally, what that does, I don't know. It just allows current to go both ways. Diode makes current go one way because of the silicone particles and all that. Okay, got it. Let's see if I can find anything on that. We're going to wrap this one up now because I can't do any more. I've got it all apart and all over my place here. I've got, I have to be careful here. I've got one of these coming. It's a wheel stud installer. I always wanted one of those. And I've got this coming. Okay, and looking forward to hummingbirds. Ain't got none. Hawk's been flying around out there. I feel sorry for whatever the hawk's looking at. Okay, well, don't feel sorry for me, and leave a comment if you want to. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'm going to watch the sunset. Got the grass cut. So happy. I'm only going to get happy for about a week. Maybe 10 days if you're lucky. Got an idea on the pond too. It's going to include garbage bags. So, alright, well, I think you sort that out and put that together. But anyway, thanks for watching, sharing time with me. And we will, we'll just leave the stuff here. Good thing I got a video about it. And I'm not going to worry about the diode trio. God, they're $100. And I can check that just by looking for parasitic draw on the battery. So, we're not going to worry about that too much. So, and I disconnect the battery every time I leave the cars, the old cars anyway. So I'm not too concerned about parasitic draw. Don't like it, but I ain't going to worry about it. Alright, bye-bye. Come on, hummy. Here we are. Have a few things to do today. I charged up my radio for the truck, so that's the only thing that works. Can only get FM because it has solid wires in it. Okay, ignition wire. So I'm going to work on the Spitfire, and I think I might know what's wrong with the alternator. I put all those, I'll talk about that in a minute. I got to get a burn pile going out here. I got all these old logs, and I got some other stuff I want to burn and get rid of, and we will take care of that because I don't want snakes all messing around the back of the barn here because of all this wood and other junk. Get rid of it. Okay, so here's the back of the barn, and Buddy Holly's been here, and we're going to get rid of the little box. A little girl came in that box. She's been real sweet to me. Just kidding. I made that joke in the store. Nobody laughed then either. So anyway, this is where the mattress came from. So anyhow, there's the burn pile. Let's get it burning. Okay, burn pile. This is how I started the old TS8000. And this ought to take care of everything other than Sean's fence. I'm not worried about my ladders. I like to get rid of that metal, but we'll see about that. So here's the wind's coming at my back, coming from this way. So we got to start it this way, and that ought to take care of all this stuff. Let's get it all down in there. I don't want to hit that with anything. Now this has metal in it, of course, so you got to keep that in mind. And there's a little pit right here, so let's go. Ready? I don't think that's going to start that box, but we will see. See the way the smoke's going. Okay. I didn't go to Boy Scouts for nothing. I don't know if it's going to start that box or not. We'll see. Ooh, carpenter bees. The first I've seen this year. All right. Looks like they were engaged to their end, but I got all kind of ways to capture them, so I will. So I'm going to make sure that all those are up and clear. I was wondering, if you see carpenter bees, you're going to see hummingbirds. There we go. Okay, I got my hummingbird feeder already up there, so, well, that started a little easier than I thought it would. Okay. And it's like we all know about carpenter bee traps. They, some of them work better than others. It just depends. Just get your old nasty string out and do that. Let me take a picture of that. Let it burn a little bit more and I'll take a solid, what do you call it, still picture. A photograph, I bet she does. Well, this will be what a glorious time to be free. Of course, the wind changed and it's blowing all in the barn now. It's okay, going pretty good. I think it's just going to smolder away now. There's a couple of flames out there, but at least it'll probably go. Those logs, of course, have been burned a couple of times, so there's no more capillary action, moisture in the logs, so they ought to go pretty good. All right, glad all that's gone, or almost gone.